Jeez. Hello, everyone. It's Em. I am back for another episode of the Restricted Podcast, the podcast where the only thing that's restricted is not this microphone, because can you see it? It's slowly going down. I'm going to have to fix that, aren't I? Yeah. Hopefully that fixes it and you can still hear me. Welcome to today's episode. Today's episode is going to be a little bit jumbly. I'm just going to jump around and talk about stuff that sort of happened and some of my favorites of the moment, some of my favorite songs, everything like that. I've got my iPad here and welcome to the new space. I'm in my new house that my partner and I built. I'm currently in my makeup room. That's what I like to call it. It is basically a room filled with all of my shit because I'm a hoarder. If you know me in my real life, I have a lot of shoes, a lot of bags, a lot of makeup, a lot of clothes, a lot of everything. I have a lot of everything. And so this is my corner. I've created like a gathering wall. It's not finished, but this is just how it looks at the moment. This is where I sit and I get to read my favorite books. So we'll jump into that later. But yes, welcome to the space. I hope you guys like it. It is currently 35 degrees outside tonight. And I've just finished a full day of work working on my computer, talking to customers, which is great for my bank account. So that's awesome. Anyways, yes, like I said, today we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. So we may as well just get straight into it. I was just thinking about this and Stacey and I had a conversation and we were talking about how we would love to be able to get rid of our social medias. And I've been on social media for a very long time. Like I'm 26 now and I've definitely been on social media for more than 15 years and I am getting really sick of it and I find myself just throwing my phone because I just remind myself, why are you on your phone so much, man? Like life is happening and you are too busy being on your phone, sending stupid reels to your mates or stupid TikToks or whatever and going, like, ha, 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 us. Oh, my God, this is so us. Or, oh, my God, that's so me and you or something like that. And it's just like, bro, like true. But at the same time, it's like there's so many other things that you could be doing. Oh, I forgot the dog was there. Yeah, Mr. Chow says hello, by the way. We also got another dog. His name is Scout. He is an Australian Silky Terrier and he is so damn cute, but he's not in here because he would not be able to sit still, whereas Chow knows how to sit still. Anyways, we digress. We just spend too much time on our phones and I'm so done with it and I just want to have a fulfilled life. And anyway, Stacey and I were talking about that and I've been wanting to get a flip phone for ages. But the problem is with a flip phone, you don't have access to Spotify. And that's literally the only reason why I haven't got one yet is if I had access to Spotify on a flip phone and I could still use Bluetooth headphones, mate, it'd be game over. I would 100% get one. So I'm waiting for that to pop onto the market. And then I'd probably be one of those people that, take their SIM card out of their iPhone and put it in their flip phone and have it like that for the week and then put it back in the other iPhone for the weekend or whatever. I'd probably be one of those people just to help minimize the amount of screen time that I have and the amount of crap that I let enter my brain and rot it because we all have a bit of brain rot. And I just feel like my mind is sort of disintegrating. I'm not able to concentrate. I feel like I need to do 50 things at once, but then also I'm really lazy. It's such an interesting feeling, but if anyone knows if they've come out with a fucking flip phone that has Spotify on it and you can still connect to Bluetooth, let your boy know because I'm dying for something like that. But yeah, we wanted to delete our social medias, but we can't because it's a part of our business. And, I'm a hairdresser. I post pictures, talk to clients and stuff through social media. Stacey's the same. She's a beauty therapist. And then also, as many of you know, I run a business called STALLION, which is my country and Western apparel brand. And so it's very important for me to have an online presence as that's how I get my customers. That's how the word gets out there. So it's a rock and a hard place, it's a first world problem, that's for sure. But we've just been chatting about it lately. And I think it's just up to yourself to really limit the amount of time that you spend on social media and spend time with people who are in front of you. Going off of that, this is a pet peeve of mine. And if you've done this to me in real life, like I'm having a go at you right now. I'm sorry. It is a pet peeve. I hate when I am with someone and we are hanging out or something like that, and they decide to call someone else whilst we are hanging out to chat to them. Not for calling someone else to ask a question or something like that for something that's relevant that we're doing. I hate that. Or someone calls that person whilst we're hanging out and they answer the phone and chat to them for like 10 minutes on the phone, and I'm just sitting there going, twiddling my thumbs going, bro, just say you'll call them back, brother. We're hanging out. We're having a conversation. I find it so rude. And you know what? I might be a minority with that, but I fucking hate that. Get off your phone and pay attention to me. I matter, okay? Pay attention to me. But that's just something I've recognized recently that some people have started to do. And I just find it so rude because I don't do that to people. Like if I'm with you, the phone's away and we are chatting, or, you know, I tell that person I'll call them back because I'm currently with someone else. Like, just wait your turn. Only one at a time. My brain is quite small. I can only handle so much, guys. Anyways, that's a pet peeve of mine. Oh, you know what another pet peeve is? I just remembered Australians that say mom or spell mum, M-O-M. Get the fuck out of here. Why are you spelling it M-O-M? We are not in the US of A. There is no reason for you to spell it M-O-M. It's not M-O-M. It's mum. Hey, mum, I'm hungry. M-U-M. I even call my mum Ma. I go, hey, Ma. Yeah, no worries, Ma. I don't even say the M on the end because I'm too lazy. But it is definitely not M-O-M. Like, what are we getting taught in schools? And I swear to God, if that's getting taught in schools, if you guys tell me that that's getting taught in schools, mate, I'm going to have to run for council or some shit, change that. A lot of people have said to me I should run for council. And I think that's a great idea. Number one, it wouldn't work because I would hurt people's feelings. Number two, I'm illiterate. And number three, I think, I would just make a lot of enemies. So that's not happening. But thank you all for the support. And, you know, you can just support me via the podcast and via my other businesses. And hopefully I can make some change that way. But anyways, I think that everyone's Spotify Wrapped came out, and it was such a weird year for Spotify Wrapped. It said that I was like the age of 63 or 64, which I could understand. You know, I listen to a lot of Fleetwood Mac and hey, can I talk? A lot of AC/DC, you know, shit like that. Eagles, that's what I was trying to get out. I could picture the whole album in my head, but, you know, the words were not processing through my brain to spit out through my mouth. But my most played album, obviously, Morgan Wallen, I'm the Problem. And if you haven't listened to that album, you need to. It was actually crowned the most listened to album of the year. So I'm in that, which is so great. T Swizzle's album come out. It's not my favorite. Definitely not a great album in my eyes, but I'm not the art police. So if you love that album, then fuck yeah, good for you. Another artist I hate is Zach Bryan. Also, I don't hate T Swizzle. I just don't like that album. Zach Bryan, don't fucking talk to me about him. Don't like him. He's boring. And also, I don't listen to music that's sad. You know, there's a couple of sad country songs or some shit like that. I can do that. But he's just so morbid and just, and I'm one of those people that takes on vibes from other people. Like I absorb people's vibes, and if their vibe's down, then I'm going to be down. And I'll try my best to lift them up. But if they don't get lifted up by my spastic, you know, ADHD retardedness, then I just feel down as well. And so I can't listen to music like that, or else it cooks me in the head. Also, have not been diagnosed with ADHD, but I definitely have it. Definitely have it. Look at the wall behind me. I definitely got it. But I seem to be functioning okay, not being on any medication, and I have been functioning for the last 26 years. So I'm going to stay that way. Unless it becomes unbearable, then I'll jump on some meds, but would rather keep it a little bit more natural. I was on CBD oil for a while, actually, and that was great. And then the company that I bought the CBD oil off has stopped selling it. So I need to find an alternative. But anyways, I don't even know what I was fucking talking about. Morgan Wallen. Anyways, Stacey and I have made a pact that when Morgan Wallen comes back to Melbourne, we're going to all of the concerts. We don't care how much it costs, how much it costs. We're going to every single one. We're going to Riley Green next year. We're going to Jason Aldean and Tucker Whitmore. Yum. It's going to be great. Let's talk about some of my favorite songs while we're on the topic. Okay, so some of my favorite songs right now, if I go onto my liked songs, is Proving Me Right by Tucker Whitmore. What a tune. I don't know when this one come out, but I've only just found it. It's called Creek Will Rise, and it's by Connor Smith. What a fucking tune. And then Did It Anyway by Ernest. I love that song. Obviously, Choosing Texas by Ella Langley. She's an absolute weapon. But if we're not talking about country music, you know what? I've been really on my country music kick. But the other day I was in Valley Girl having a look for some clothes and stuff, you know, as you do as a woman. And on the radio that they were listening to, this song come on, Closer by Neo. And I forgot about that song. And so I've been listening to that song a shit ton because what a vibe. And I just can't pull myself away. Go on, Chia. Sing it. Useless dog. Anyways, yeah, that's been my sort of favorite songs of the moment, and I think we're all dying for the next Morgan Wallen album or some more songs that actually are good. Because there's been a couple of albums come out and they've just been just a bit measly, just a bit subpar, you know, nothing I've just been really dying to listen to. Let's talk about Started Stallion for a bit. So yes, as many of you know, I run a country apparel brand called Started Stallion. And I've had many people ask me, why? Why, bitch? Why have you started this? And how did you come up with the name Started Stallion? And I think that's a great question. So let me answer the first question. Why did I decide to make Started Stallion? I decided to make Started Stallion because, and this is being really honest, I'm a hairdresser. And I feel like that's all people see me to be, is a hairdresser. And being a hairdresser in my industry, a lot of people don't give a shit about your worth and how much you should be charging and stuff like that. And so you just don't earn a lot being a hairdresser, just with overheads of product costs. And I'm very lucky in where I do my business. We don't have a lot of overheads, but, you know, trying to keep it on the lower price end for clients and for them to be able to afford to come, you know, like I have to keep it reasonable. I can't be charging, you know, what they charge in the city and stuff like that. But I've just always felt that in my industry, I'm just undervalued. And because I'm only just a hairdresser, I don't have any other qualifications under my belt. I've been a hairdresser for 8 years. It's all I've done. And yeah, I've worked in retail and stuff like that, but I don't have any other qualifications. I just have a Cert 3 in hairdressing. So I was like, I need to do something. I don't want to be a hairdresser forever. It is not my life goal. Yes, I'm good at it, but I actually low-key hate it. I hate being a hairdresser. It shits me up the wall. So I was like, well, I want to do something else. No one's willing to give me a job. At my other part-time job that I have, they're not willing to give me a full-time role or to move into a different role because I don't have any other qualifications. So I need to create something for myself. I'm not going to sit here and wait for something to fall in my lap or whatever. I'm going to create something myself. So I had this thought at the start of last year and I was like, oh, what if I create a jewelry business? Many of you know I have lots of earrings. I'm always wearing necklaces, rings, earrings. I have so many piercings. I think I've got like 15 or something like that. So I thought to myself, maybe I could create a jewelry brand and I could create my own jewelry. I thought that would be awesome. So I started working on that idea and I was like, oh yeah, well, I love studs. Everything that I buy, I always make sure it's got some silver studs on there or something like that. Studs are literally my thing. I love anything that's studded. So I love Western stuff. I love country. I love that whole vibe. It is definitely me. I'm a mixture between city and country. And so I sort of wanted to like mash the two together. And so I came up with the name Studded Stallion, and it was supposed to be a jewelry brand. And then the more I talked about it with Jack, and then the more rodeos and stuff that we went to, and I saw all these other brands there, I was like, I could totally do a Western apparel brand, like an Australian Western apparel brand, and be somewhere in between, Ringers Western and R.M. Williams. Have that vibe, that city country vibe. And so that's when Studded Stallion was born. Jack and I were mucking around on Canva. I'd come up with a couple of logos. I'd actually got some people on Etsy to make me some logos. They weren't it. So I decided I'm just going to try figure this out for myself. And so I ended up figuring out my logo. And so as you can see here, this is one of my logos. And it sort of just happened from there. And I'd been talking about it to all of my friends for ages. I'm like, what do you think? What do you think? And my friends are amazing and have been really supportive and are supportive and will continue to be, because you have to be. Okay, you have to be. But no, I love them. They were like, yeah, you could totally do this, and we support you and everything like that. So I was like, you know what, let's send it. So I just decided to build a website. I figured out how to do that. That is so crazy. Building a website is so crazy. Everything that goes into that. Then I found a manufacturer. I finalized some designs and I got some stuff made. And the first products I had made was some jumpers and a couple of caps. And everyone loved the jumpers. So I had some t-shirts made. People loved the t-shirts. I ended up selling my stock in a store, which we've spoken about on the podcast before. It's Urban Dust. That store is amazing. They're in Malden. If you want some cool country gear, they have amazing hats and cowboy boots and apparel, my brand, and a bunch of others there. And they're amazing. They've been super supportive of me as well. So I'm eternally grateful for them. They've been selling my product as well and going to rodeos with their awesome setup, taking my brand with them, which has been literally incredible. So yeah, that's why I decided to start the brand. I felt like I just wasn't going to get anywhere in life with waiting for something to come along. So I've created my own journey. And the name, Studded Stallion, literally, like I said, love studs and I love Western. So I was like, stallion is a horse, love horses. So Studded Stallion, that's how I sort of came up with that. So yeah, I'm getting the trademark for it soon. Which is really exciting as well. I've got a whole new bunch of products coming out at the start of next year. It's the end of 2025. What's the date today? It's the 17th of December today. So I've got a bunch of new products coming out, hopefully at the end of Jan. Takes forever to get things made and for them to be shipped over. And it's also very expensive. I'm in like $3,000 worth of debt right now trying to get stuff made. So I'm hoping to do a rodeo soon, but I've got to wait for stock to come in. I can't go if I don't have a lot of stock. It's sort of embarrassing to have a tent when you don't have a whole lot of stock to be able to provide to customers that are coming in. So I was supposed to do a little pop-up, but I actually didn't get accepted into the market, which was really annoying, but that's okay. It wasn't meant to be. There was obviously a reason why that didn't happen, but I'm just sort of seeing how I go. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm figuring things out as I go, and it's been a very exciting ride the last 5 months, and everyone's been amazing. So literally cannot complain at all. So that's Studded Stallion. So be sure to jump onto studdedstallion.com.au and sign up to the Stallion Stable, which is my mailing list. That's where you'll hear the first about drops. And also on socials, it's just at Studded Stallion on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, where you can find out, see what we're up to and everything like that. I'll be posting some more content over the summer break because the weather where I live is absolutely trash. It has been so shit. Today's the first day. It's actually been so lovely outside. So I can't wait for all this new stock to come because I've got all my mates. I've got one of my friends is Molly. She's a photographer. So she'll be helping me create a campaign and take a bunch of pictures for the brand. So sorry, one of my eyelashes just fell off. That is just rude. How dare it do that? So yeah, that's Studded Stallion. We moved into our house in June. It's beautiful. It's a rude awakening, man. Going from paying no bills to paying like a shit ton of bills. And I now understand why my parents were so mad at me for things growing up. It costs so much money for electricity, for water, for rates. And that's another thing. Like, I'm okay with paying for my house, my water, my gas, my electricity, my Wi-Fi. If you can hear Chow, he's just acting like he's the one paying for these bills. You can hear him fucking in the background. Such a hard life you live, sir. I'll pay for all of that. But when that fucking council bill comes through and I get the text message from the council going, your rates are due, I literally want to lose my marbles, because 600 and something bucks a quarter is absolutely ridiculous. And you should see how these dogs fucking cut the grass across the road. There's a park. You should see how they cut the grass, man. Oh, mate can't even get on a fucking ride-on mower and mow the grass in straight lines and not miss grass. This bloke literally cuts grass and leaves a thin line of uncut grass in the middle. So you've got beautiful grass and then tall grass for like a couple of like width, like a couple of centimeters, and it goes for like, you know, half the length of the fucking, how much he's fucking, you know, mowing. Dog can't even mow, and then they can't get someone else to come with like a little mower or something like that and go around the trees, or a whippersnipper and shit. I live in the country. If they don't cut the grass right, there's going to be snakes in there. We walk our dogs. Snake's going to come out and attack me dog, and then it's going to cost me thousands of bucks to get anti-venom and a lot of stress on my dog and me. And you know, I think I'm going to have to be a Karen and send an email, because it is absolutely ridiculous. But we pay that much and the council does fuck all. They put it in their pocket. So now you can understand like why, now I understand why my parents were so angry growing up at paying for bills, because you have to deal with shit like that and potholes that destroy cars and, you know, shitty street signs and shitty fucking maintenance around the community. Like, it's just shit. They spend their money on absolute fucking garbage and don't fix the things that actually matter. Anyway. In and out. I love living in my house. It's a beautiful house. And there's a lot of things that I've learnt since living in it that I would change on the next time around when I build another house. But Jack and I are just so grateful to be in here, and I love being in my house. It is my favourite place. As you can see, I'm surrounded by all the things that I love. And also, if you're wondering, fun fact, this right here, I don't know what the small record's called. Is it a 33? Let's look. What is a small record called that has one song on each side? It's called a 7-inch. That's not what it's called. Is it a 45? I think it's called a 45. This is a 45 of an original 1977 Fleetwood Mac Dreams. And then on the other side, it's got, I think it's Songbird. Yeah. I found this in my cupboard. How cool. Then we have, this is so random, Slim Dusty Duncan. And then on the other side, it's got another version of Duncan. There's like two versions. Then up there, that one is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And I have another one. No, I don't. I thought I had 4 up. Obviously, I can't count. Oh, I was supposed to be putting this one up. This one is an original ABBA. And it has Dancing Queen and That's Me. And it's from 1976. How cool. I found a stack of small records. I'll show you them while we're here. So yes, that one's the ABBA one. Then I've got the Richmond Footy Club theme song on the 45. And so it has the lyrics on the back, which is so funny. I actually do go for Richmond, so that's great for me. Then this one is 21 Years of Rock and Roll, and it's Rocking Around the Clock. You know, you're gonna rock around the clock tonight. That song. Then I've got Mental as Anything, The Nips Are Getting Better, and Instrumental as Anything, which is hilarious. This one, I don't know. It's called The Master's Voice, Honeycomb and Rainbow. Don't know that artist. This one is Kings of Swing Orchestra, Hooked on Swing. Don't know that band. Status Quo, Runaway, and Living on an Island. Then I have Skyhooks, Horror Movie, and Carlton Lygon Street Limbo. This is from 1974. Then I have Olivia Newton-John. I've actually never listened to her music apart from Grease. Then we have John Farnham. Why did I say it like that? Sorry, apologies, John Farnham. John Farnham, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and Two. I don't think I've listened to either of those songs. Then we have Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Crazy. We have, Queen, original from 1975, Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm in Love with My Car. I'm not sure if I've listened to that song either. Then we have a classic. We have Cold Chisel, Choir Girl. This is from 1979. Look at the rainbow. And I think the record's black. I thought it was red for a second. Then we have Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over. We have Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night, on both sides, just in case you want to listen to it twice. Then we have The Police, Walking on the Moon, and Visions of the Night. We've got Goanna, Solid Rock. Solid Rock, standing on sacred ground. Love that song. And then for last, we have Loverboy, Turn Me Loose. Hell yeah. I love that song. And then also Prissy Prissy. So how cool is that? Found that in my cupboard. I'm pretty sure I got them from my nan. She moved out of her home and then into assisted living, and she gave them to me. And I put them in the cupboard and I forgot. And I found them the other night when I was finishing this because I knew I wanted to record an episode because there was a bunch of people in my life that's like, when are we going to have another episode? When are we going to have another episode? And I needed to make it happen ASAP Rocky, or else they would literally start throwing rocks at me. So anyways, that's why that happened in ADHD. Yep, cool. I've been loving watching people go to different countries like Vietnam or Thailand and eat the street food. There is something about those videos that just itches something in my head, and it is just so fun to watch. Michael Finch, who I've been watching for years, he used to do makeup stuff and then he went into cooking. Sorry, a burp just decided to push itself out. That's incredibly rude. Anyways, he's into cooking, and now he's been doing videos of him going to Thailand and trying all of the street food. And I've been watching them nonstop. And then also a bloke named, he's Australian as well. His name is Luke DeMatt, I think. And he travels the world and tries all these different foods. He gets haircuts, he gets facials, and he treks backpack sort of thing. He travels very light, and he shows you what it's like in these developing countries and how much it costs to stay there and what to do and everything like that. He is awesome to watch. Another person along the same lines as Luke DeMatt is Simon Wilson, and he is from the UK, and he also travels the world and shows you different places to stay. And he does staying in the worst rated hotel, or staying in the 5-star hotel, or he'll do I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Holiday Roulette or something like that. He literally, in his backpack, he only travels with a backpack. In his backpack, he has a Monopoly board and a dice. And he'll get to a destination and he'll be like, okay, I'll roll this dice, and whatever it lands on is how much I get to spend on a hotel. So it could be $100 for being one, or $600 he could spend on a hotel if it's 6. And it's so cool to watch. And then when he finishes staying at that hotel, he'll say to the receptionist there, can you roll the dice? I need to figure out where I'm going next. And so that receptionist will roll the dice, and then he'll be like, oh, I'm off to Monte Carlo. That's where I'm going next. So I need to book a flight. So he rolls the dice again. He goes, how much can I spend on a flight? And so he has to get a flight for $200 or something like that. It is so cool. So make sure you watch Simon Wilson. He is so fun to watch and wholesome and just a nice bloke. He's just so easy to watch. I've been absolutely loving that. The last 2 weeks, I have been getting so many compliments on my foundation. Now, sorry boys, if you're listening to this, I'm going to yap on about makeup for a little bit. But so many people have looked at my skin and gone, your skin looks amazing. Now, to preface this, I spend a lot of money on my skin. Thank you, Stacey, for all my skincare products. And I also get a lot of skincare with my job, being I work with an online beauty brand. So I get a lot of skincare and I buy a lot of skincare. So my skin is generally pretty good. But the amount of compliments I've had on my skin from wearing this foundation. Now, this foundation is the Tia Mask Fit Red Foundation, and it's in shade 17N Vanilla. So many people have said to me, oh my God, your skin looks amazing. And it's this foundation, in conjunction with my skincare, obviously. If you need a good foundation that doesn't break the bank, this one is literally amazing. So definitely give that one a go if you've been looking for a new one. A product I'm pissed about that I bought that does not work like everyone said that it did. And I'm fucking pissed because this concealer was like $60 or some shit. It's the House Labs Triclone Concealer. This stuff is fucking garbage. I hate it. It settles into every fucking line I've got underneath my eyes. It is so drying. And Lady Gaga, what the fuck? I've used, because it's her brand, I've used a tiny amount, I've used a shit ton, I've used a medium amount. I've like started to build it up, did a little layer and then another layer underneath my eyes, and it just looks like absolute garbage. So I'm here to de-influence you, girly pops, on buying that fucking concealer because it is absolute garbage and it's not worth it. The thing that is worth it from House Labs is their powders, like their powder blush. I think I got a blush highlighter. It's like a pink one. Oh my shit. It is so good. You definitely need that product. It'll last you forever. The pan is fucking humongous. It is huge. You definitely need that. I've been trying to think about what else I've been loving at the moment. This book, it is the second book in the, I don't know what the series is called, but the first book was Quicksilver. I'm about halfway through this book. It's called Brimstone, and it is great. It is awesome. So if you need a new book to read, start with Quicksilver and then read this book. But you know what? If you already read fantasy books, you probably already know about this big bitch anyway. So I am still pissed off about Onyx Storm. If you read books, I'm like, I swear a week doesn't go by that I don't think about that book and how much I want to punch my hand through a wall. That book was infuriating and I can't wait for the next one. And I've just seen that she started working on the next one. Rebecca Yarros has started working on the next one, which is really exciting. So that's great. I'm trying to figure out, like, there's something else I want to chat about and my brain is not working. I don't know. There's just going to be a lot of stuff that happens in the next couple of months, and I will try my best to film and edit and upload these episodes because so many people actually just like me yapping away. So if you are one of those people, please let me know that you like it because then it'll encourage me to keep making them. I don't really have anything else. Chow, do you have anything to say to wrap up today's episode? No, completely useless as usual. Also, this little nugget cost me $450 the other day at the vet because he started doing some not very good stuff around the house and I thought maybe there's something wrong with him. Took him to the vet. We did a blood test and a urine test and nothing wrong with him. Absolutely perfect health. And that's a great thing, and I'm very, very privileged that my dog is healthy, but it means that he keeps doing these naughty things around the house and I don't know why. So we've had a chat, but it doesn't seem to be improving, but hopefully it's just a phase. He is 8 years old, but I think having a new dog, he sort of struggled down a little bit because Scout's only like 8 months. I think he's just struggling. He thinks that he's being replaced when he's not being replaced. No, because you're my little Charlie boy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed me yapping and talking about my life, and I will be making more episodes if you guys want them. I'm probably going to make them anyway, but making more episodes so I can update you guys on what's happening with Started Stallion. There's a lot going to be happening next year, so be sure to follow us on socials. There's Restricted Podcast. It's literally just at the Restricted Podcast. There's also Started Stallion, .com.au and at Started Stallion on every social. You can follow me at Emma Wright on socials as well. If you want to have, we've switched. If you want to keep up with my life, Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's lovely to chat. I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Just says bye.